Hi, I'm Rome Kazada, the senior editor of the Science Fiction Book Club. It's Book Week here in New York, and we're sitting down with Charlaine Harris, the author of the Sookie Stackhouse series. Charlaine, it's been a long time in the making. The first Sookie Stackhouse novel, Dead Until Dark, was published almost just 10 years ago, so a belated happy birthday for Sookie Stackhouse.
Well, thank you. I didn't even think of it myself.
There was a mad rush to the bookstores after True Blood premiered. All the Sookie Stackhouse novels were on the bestseller lists simultaneously for several weeks. Now that must have been some kind of world record.
Yeah, it was. But I live so divorced from the turmoil around that. You know, I live in a small town, and it was kind of easy to keep detached from that. But when they sent me the plaque for my wall with all the bestsellers circled in red, I thought, well, that really is amazing.
What has the success of the series meant to you?
I have a lot more foreign sales. That's been a huge difference to me, to get emails on my website from people in the Philippines, in Poland, Finland, who say, you know, I've read the books. I thought, it's just so strange to me to think of people enjoying the adventures of a small town southern barmaid.
So it's an American export.
Yeah,
your own industry.
That's right.
Terrific. Is there any difference in reaction in different countries?
I noticed that the fan groups differ in some respects from my American fans, where typically I'll have 3 generations in the signing line. The grandmother, the mom, and the daughter will all come together. But in Poland, for example, the readers were probably an average of 16 or 17 years old. So younger people there. Which was a surprise to me.
What do you think you've achieved with these stories of vampires, weird creatures, witches, fairies, and humans all interacting and mingling with each other in this fictional universe?
First and foremost, I hope I'm writing a good adventure story, because that's my goal. But I'm also trying to say something about exclusionism. I'm no preacher, but I like to put in a good word for accepting people as they are.
Louisiana has suffered some pretty major natural catastrophes recently. Has that been reflected in the books?
I do try to anchor the books a little bit in reality. I did put Katrina in the books because I thought it would be an insult to the people of Louisiana not to mention the devastation Katrina caused, especially in the southern part of the state.
You've sadly announced that the Sookie Stackhouse series, the Southern Vampires Mysteries, is coming to an end.
I just felt that I had said just about everything about Sookie and her world that I wanted to say, and I try to always walk away before it gets stale. So I have 2 more books to write, and I know where I'm going with them, and it's just going to be a question of trying to tie up many of the loose threads and get the book to close in a satisfactory manner.
This is a great year for Sookie Stackhouse fans. Dead Reckoning just came out, and you have the Sookie Stackhouse Companion coming later this summer. What was it like to put together the definitive guide? Were there any surprising discoveries along the way?
We wanted to be sure everything in it was really good and really exactly the way we wanted it to be. It has got a whole compendium of all the characters. It's got a timeline. It's got secret conversations between Bill and Eric that a friend of mine wrote that are just really funny. It's got a new novella by me, an interview with Alan Ball, a map that myself and my assistant drew.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. It's got recipes. It's honestly, that wasn't my idea, but it is funny. So I think the whole thing works together, and I think anybody who's enjoyed the books will find this a pleasant adjunct to the experience of reading the books.
What did you think when the first few episodes came out? Did they get the characters right, the spirit of the books?
Yes, I think they got the spirit of the books exactly right. I knew Alan got me. I mean, we're both Southern people, and I had seen his previous work, so I knew he got the mixture of horror and comedy that I feel I'm expressing in the book. And I like him. You know, I just like him. I think he's a genius.
Charlaine, do you have any favorite authors that you know you'll be reading as soon as their next book comes out?
I loved Passage by Justin Cronin. I'm really looking forward to the sequel to that. Patrick Rothfuss. Loved The Name of the Wind and The Wise Man's Fear. I enjoyed Joan Frances Turner's Dust very much. I love to read books that engage me and wrap me up in the character and make me want to keep on going, no matter how formidably thick in some cases the book may be. I really enjoy getting caught up in the story. I love great storytelling.
Mm-hmm. I actually noticed a blurb that you gave to a new writer. His book is coming out in August for Ernest Cline, Ready Player One.
I love that book. I loved his world building. First, I thought it was incredible, and I love the fact that you went from imaginary world to imaginary world to imaginary world, and it was so real, and the contrast between that and understanding that the hero was actually lying in a room all by himself was just incredibly interesting.
I thought that he achieved some amazing things with that book.
I thought so too.
And I also wanted to ask you about another author, Harry Connolly. He's writing the Wooden Man series.
Aren't those interesting books?
They are. I think they're gritty. The magic is realistic, and the characters are just really compelling.
The lead character is so different from most protagonists. He's so different. I mean, he's subservient. He knows it. He doesn't care. He's all for the quest. Mm-hmm. To me, that quirk in his character is one of the most interesting things about those books.
Thank you for joining us, Charlaine. And for the members of the Science Fiction Book Club, enjoy the read.
Hi, I'm Charlaine Harris. I wrote the Sookie Stackhouse novels, and you can find them at the Science Fiction Book Club.